it was me and Shedinja and Charmander, and oh boy, the gang was back together. We were traipsing around the heartland, as it were, of Sinnoh, and we saw what appeared to be a wedding cake store, and we were hungry. We were a mite peckish. Um, so we walked into the store and they refused to give us any free samples. Wes, are you familiar with the concept of free samples?
Yes.
Cool. Nick, do you know what happened next?
What happened next?
Oh no, you tell me.
I actually have no idea.
Okay, well, neither do we, because unfortunately the store owner had a side duck and used confusion, and about 55% of us totally forgot about what happened. We woke up in a ditch the next day with Gracie and Hannah looking down on us, shaking their heads mightily. But anyway, we ended up going back to that wedding cake store, and we did, in fact, use flamethrower, melted all the cakes into oblivion, and set them way back behind on their ledger because this is After Dark Rye, the No Holds Barred, No Nothing podcast. Where we talk about Pokemon and hurt the ones we love. Bow, 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 bow. Back to flamethrower, back to Charmander. I said I'd never do that stupid bit again, but here we are, folks. My name's Bret Gordon. I'm your illustrious host, AKA Breaker, and joining me today is an all-star squad of people you haven't heard from in a while, or maybe not at all, and it's their first time. Joining me in the orange shorts with the tap-out tearaway shirt. He stands about 6'5", 200 pounds of solid, lean muscle. It's What's Up with Wes. What's up?
What's up?
Hey, Wes, it's good to hear from you again. It's been a while since you've been on the show.
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
It's been a long time. One could say probably around the realm of 50-ish episodes, maybe.
Probably. That sounds like it.
It's been a long time. You've been into anything since we've last heard from you? I'm assuming you didn't just sit by the computer and just wait for me to call. I'm assuming.
No, we did some switching games and got some other games playing and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been cold, so you stay inside.
Yeah,
and play games.
Where I'm at now, it's 56 degrees. Feels pretty good out.
Actually got 60 today.
Yeah, it was actually 60 here today.
Oh, rubbing it in. I leave and things turn nice. It's actually, so I'm in Texas at the moment, and it's actually supposed to like snow and stuff down here. So can't wait for that. I leave West Virginia. I leave the glorious mountain to come to Texas to escape the icy cold grip of Mother Winter herself. And yet she follows me all the way here. She just can't get off my jock. I don't know why. Wes.
Yes.
Welcome back. And joining us in the opposite corner with these 10-pound concrete gloves that he's wielding, ready to knock Wes's block off, it's Nick, AKA Tivel. Nick,
hello.
How are you doing?
Doing all right.
Now, we've never heard from you on this show before, have we?
Nope, never
Brand
before.
new. Freshly kidnapped off the street, threw a black bag over your head, tossed you in the van, brought you to our recording space.
I was screaming the whole time.
Yep, it looks like Saw in here. It's like a rusty bathroom aesthetic is kind of what we're going for. So welcome. You're actually our contest winner for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Yep, that I am.
So it's glad to have you. Cosmic Caitlin could not be here for this recording, but also congrats to her for winning the other half of the contest. And that's the reason why we've brought you on, and we've also got Wes, is because I wanted to do a sort of, not a deep dive per se, but a shallow wading into Diamond and Pearl, the remakes, Shining and Brilliant, respectively. And just talk about those games. Wes, you'll remember when Sword and Shield came out, we did a couple episodes just on that game in and of itself, if you'll recall.
Probably my last time on the show. Yes, I do recall.
Probably, if we're being honest. So go back and check out the Sword and Shield content we put out. But yeah, so that's kind of a similar thing. We're not going to go for multiple episodes on this, but I did want to talk about the game itself. But before we do that, Wes, you got the hotness though. The one that just came out, Legends Arceus.
Yes, I did pick it up, and it's been played it all weekend long.
First of all, how do we all pronounce that? Do we all pronounce it the same?
I say
Arceus.
Arceus, but
Yeah.
then again, I'm probably wrong.
Wes, what do you say?
Arceus.
I say Arceus as well. I bet you. I'm gonna look up how to pronounce this. While I do that, Wes, what do you think of the game?
I actually love it. I mean, it's changed so many things that makes it feel like fresh, and also the story is a little bit more believable.
Mhm.
Without not going into details, it gives it a little bit more, little darker, but it's still kid friendly.
Is it comparable with the traditional games where it's like pretty easy? You just kind of roll from town to town and just like take out gym
No.
leaders per se?
No, it's definitely not.
What's the gameplay hook on here? What makes it more challenging?
I would like say you take a futuristic boy and you throw him back into Edo period Japan kind of deal, and you get a feel like the start of like how they're handling Pokemon. Maybe That's what I feel like.
Okay,
like early years like that, and like I mean that's the feel it gives me.
and that's the feel. But how does that make the game harder?
Well, it's just how they do the battles outside of the realm. I mean, you can get battles where it's just like 3-on-1 on you, and they're just throwing moves out at you left and right. And
that sounds brutal.
And they can hit you with like 5 times before you even get one go.
Wow, that does sound brutal.
Just straight up wreck you.
But you like the game so far?
Oh yes, I love it. I'd be playing it right now if I wasn't here.
Oh well, I apologize for holding you up. We'll get through this as quick as possible.
But yes, it's definitely. I mean, definitely good. I mean, there are some minor gripes, but like they're nothing to really that takes away from the game.
So, how much time do you have into it so far?
Probably 20-25 hours.
Really? That's not bad. I mean, as far as JRPGs go, that's not that much really. But
Yeah.
how much of the game do you reckon that is? Like, you think that's like halfway, or do you think that's 75% of it, or how far do you feel like? You might not know, but
I would say I'm halfway, but
okay. So roughly about a 40-ish hour experience. Maybe maybe less if you mainline everything. Maybe more if you wanted to do everything.
But there is a grindy aspect to it. Like I'm only like rank I think a rank star 600. There's 10 stars, which that's not a spoiler. I mean, you can find out.
I have no idea what you're talking about, to be honest.
Well, and instead of gym badges, you're kind of got like you're like a star hunter, and you can rank up and basically hunter. Yeah. So basically, it's your rank with your faction. And
okay. Do you get to pick what faction you're in?
No.
Or make your own? No. Okay. You're working for a professor again, I assume.
Yeah, you're working for the Survey Corps.
Okay. The corpse of the survey.
Yeah. And basically you just I mean, you can grind it out. Like, you can not go very far in the storyline, and then you can grind out to like be a 7-star hunter if you wanted to sit there and grind Pokemon out. Because it's all about, you earn so many points, and then you can become a next star hunter, and you can just grind it out, and you could spend hours and hours just grinding out your star level before doing any of the story.
How do you do that? Are you just catching Pokemon to rank up?
Okay.
Yeah,
you're
catching them and battling them. I guess
filling out your Pokédex, which is something new with the game. Is you got this Pokédex challenge. So like, instead of you just saying catching one Pokemon, you have it. You'll have a completion level. So you'll get like a Pokédex, and it'll say like you catch this Pokemon 1 time, 2 times, 5 times, and you get so many points per level.
Okay.
Once you get level 10 on that Pokemon, it does increase the shiny chance of that Pokemon. Not very much. It's just 1 reroll chance. So it takes it from like 4,000 to like 2,000, 1 in 2,000.
Jeez.
So it's not very much.
I just can't get through the console or the mainline games. If this is even, I think they said this was a mainline game, according to Japanese translation. But
yes,
just the shiny grinding. Like, why wouldn't you just play Go Get
Honestly,
a shiny and transfer it over. When home is
this has
compatible.
been this is probably the easiest game to get a shiny in eventually. It's
You mean other than Go, right?
well, you can get your odds down all the way to 1 and 118.
It's still not as good as Go on like a
Well,
community day.
no, it's not. But
Right.
then again, I've had in Go, catch 300 friggin'
Tricos,
and not get one. So
that was very unlucky. Hey Wes, let's find out how to pronounce Arceus or Arceus, shall we?
All right.
Let's do this. You guys should be able to hear it too.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this Pokemon, as well as how to say more unclear Pokemon names.
This man is so seductive.
But how do you go about pronouncing this one?
He's like smooth butter in my ear hole.
Revealed, fans pronounced it, logically, as Arceus.
Arceus.
But then a promotional trailer for Arceus pronounced it as Arceus.
Arceus?
So that was confusing. Then they revealed the official pronunciation of it. That is, in fact, well, from Pokemon.com,
oh my god,
at least, Arceus.
Arceus. Okay.
Then you've got it.
Thank you so much, Julian Miguel. Just to like, let's click on this next one.
It seems that with any work of fiction involving made-up words, there's always a bit of...
No. That's a 10-minute video. I apologize. We ain't doing that. I was just trying to see another video that sort of, what's the word? Can back up that pronunciation. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I hear it said that way most of the time, but I'm horrible at pronunciation, so I'll pronounce things the way I first interpret it, and I'm stuck that way.
That's how I am too. Plus, it's like Caribbean. Everybody knows still what you mean.
So I'm checking another video real quick.
Advertising for Legends Arceus, they pronounce it a little differently.
Nintendo Switch.
Pronounce it. Well, I think that's up to you. I think you can say it however you like.
Analogous. Curse you, Andre's restart. How dare you? Unbelievable. So I guess it's Arceus. That's fine. Whatever. Moving on. Wes.
Yes.
Thanks so much for telling us about the game. Is there anything else you want to say about it? No spoilers.
Well, I'll tell you this. It's not a spoiler. There is a lot of people do. You know how when you start your game, you get your 3 starter Pokemon.
Sure.
And there's a certain group of people who will sit there and restart the game.
Oh, trying to get a shiny.
Shiny.
Yeah.
You cannot do that in this game. It's shiny locked at the beginning.
Good. People don't need to be spending 200 hours trying to just restart the game over and over again for a shiny.
Now,
if they want to, I guess let them suffer.
The unfortunate part, all legendary Pokemon and mythical Pokemon are also shiny locked.
That's nothing new though.
Yes.
Well, that's not nothing new. Usually, I guess some of them can be, but mythicals I don't think ever were.
Yeah, but
shiny available. They usually have to get those through like a promotion or something.
I've been unlucky and not yet found a shiny, but
the easiest game I found other than Go to get a shiny in was Let's Go. I think I was playing Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah,
I have the same way.
I have caught several alpha Pokemon, which alpha is a cool concept.
It's like boss Pokemon, right?
Yeah, they're like super pumped up big Pokemon, and I'm rolling around with an alpha Rhyhorn just because it's massive.
I got like 2 shinies in Let's Go Eevee on like the second route, like back to back. I got like a shiny Weedle and a shiny Pidgey. They're
pretty lucky.
They're the only shiny Pokemon I've ever gotten from like a mainline game, just because it takes so. I tried to breed a lot in Sword and Shield, and I just never got lucky, and eventually just lost interest with just that.
Yeah,
so boring, just driving around on a bike all the whole time. It just
going circles. Yeah,
I got other things I need to do. But yeah, so alpha Pokemon, they're like bosses.
Yeah, they're like super powered up version of that Pokemon. They're like twice the size of them.
We could talk about Cleavor because he's been in all the trailers and the promotional material. So if anybody's seen anything to do with Arceus, we're going to talk about Cleavor. Wes, tell us about Cleavor.
That I mean, it's pretty cool battle. I don't have him yet.
Oh, you got 25 hours in and you haven't beaten like the
No,
first.
no, I've beaten him. Yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't gotten him though.
Oh,
So you don't get them right after you beat them.
No,
Oh.
I'm pretty sure Cleaver is he's a you have to evolve to get him.
Yes,
That makes sense.
You do. Cover your ears, Nick, if you don't want to hear this. Spoilers, skip ahead 20 seconds, but Cleavor is, or if you've listened to, Gotta Rank 'em All, Cleavor is an evolution of Scyther.
Yeah. But they did do something else with, you know how you've always had your typical Pokemon like Graveler that you have to trade with someone,
and
you got to evolve him. They did make an item now in this game that you can put with the Pokemon to hold it, and he can evolve without actually trading. So now you can officially catch every Pokemon in this game without ever having to trade another person.
You're really pounding the desk for this game, Wes.
I just love that is the fact that I don't have to trade with anyone to complete the game.
That's awesome.
That
is something I like.
Yeah.
That was always a gripe I had with the older games too, because Gengar and Alakazam is both two of my favorite Pokemon ever, and both of them you have to trade.
But then why do we continue to have two versions? And I mean, granted, we don't have two versions of Arceus, but do we really need two versions moving forward? Probably not, but there probably will be anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm sure this is not something that's going to be carried over to the other mainline games. Well, that's cool. Wes, you got anything else you want to say about it before we move on to brilliant pearls and shining diamonds? And
I would say that's about it without getting into really any
shine
spoilers.
like a diamond in the sky. Okay, cool. So, Nick, which copy of the game did you get? Remind me.
I got Diamond.
You got Diamond. Wes, you got Diamond.
Yes.
I got Pearl.
Yes.
So I am the swine before the pearl. Wow. So how far are we? Did anybody beat it yet?
No.
I beat it in about a week.
Nice. Excellent job.
I go pretty hard.
That's awesome. Wes, how far did you get?
Third or fourth badge.
I've gotten 5 badges through. I'm at Mount Coronet right now, heading on my way up to Lake Verity, I think it is. I got my Switch right here. I can actually just check real quick.
I got a little sidetracked with it when,
I'm playing as much as I can, but yeah, I'm on my way to Acuity Lakefront is where I'm heading to. So I'd say I'm about halfway. I'm about the halfway point. I got a couple more badges to get. I still got to go beat the Elite Four. I still got to finish beating down Team Galactic. But overall, I like this game as a remake. Nick, how do you feel about it?
Well, I never played the original, but I mean, I enjoyed it. But so far, I know a lot of people say otherwise, but Sword and Shield's actually been my 2 favorite by far so far.
I kind of agree with you a little bit. I love Sword and Shield. Granted, you can't get all the Pokemon, whatever. That's beside the point.
But I was watching some reviews of Legends Arceus, and they were just giving it down the road, saying that it was one of the worst games. I'm like, why? Their complaints was it's a collectathon, but Pokemon in general is a collectathon. So
that's what it is.
So I don't know, that just blew my mind. And in the same review, which was actually a really popular YouTuber that I really like, he was also talking about how Sword and Shield was the worst he thought Pokemon had ever been. And I thought that was the best it had ever been.
What a strange hot take. Well, keep in mind, there are some people that hate their own lives and they want to go back to the 2D top-down sprites.
Yeah.
And they want to nuzlocke themselves to hell and back.
They don't like change.
They want the competitive. That's always the funny thing about Pokemon fandom, right? The number 1 complaint is that it never changes, and the number 2 complaint is that it changes too much with each iteration. Now an experience share, but I like that they're trying something different with Arceus, and I like that they mixed up stuff with Diamond and Pearl a little bit too. The art style's a little jarring. It goes from the cute chibi stuff, which I'm actually totally fine with the chibi stuff.
Too.
Because the original games were that top-down 2D sprite, the way this game is. So, but they gave them full anime-esque models when you go into battle and stuff. It doesn't bother me that much. It is jarring, but it doesn't bother me personally that much. The one knock I'll say that I have on this game that makes me think this is one of the worst remakes, and keep in mind, I don't think there's a bad remake. I just don't. Like, they are what they are, right? They take the original game and they iterate on it. They do some quality of life improvements, but compared to any of the other remakes, I think this one's worse just because the controls are garbage. Just rat trash garbage.
Yes,
I can't. What's that, Wes?
I was going to say, I agree. I did get a lot of clipping with things like when you're trying to run around things and stuff like that. There's a lot of clipping.
Misery.
Yeah, the movement was just laughably clunky. Like, it should not have been even.
Yeah, call Paramore, because this is misery business, just getting from town A to town B, because they give you the bicycle, and I literally threw that sucker in the trash because you can't ride a bike. I couldn't even
hardly use it.
The only time I ever used it is where I was forced to get across those balance beams. That's the only spot I ever used it. And the road where you have to drive a bike down. But
well, there's one road that's a pretty long straight stretch. It's one of the routes. I forgot which one it is. I don't think you guys probably got to it yet, but it's kind of like over on the right side of the map, maybe. I don't know.
Continue. Go ahead.
Well, anyway, there's a pretty good straight shot you can do there through like some grass between like some white picket fences and all that stuff. But you could use the bike pretty well right there. But that was like the only other place I would use that, other than the places you mentioned.
Yeah, and then running around is you get stuck on. And it seems like everything. If you're within 2 tiles of a tree, you're going to get stuck on it as you walk around it. It's so annoying and frustrating. Like, the game, like, I want to like this game, and I do like this game, other than just moving from point A to point B. It's just a monstrous pain in the ass. It just is.
There's one other gripe I had with the game, too, that if you guys haven't beat it, you for sure haven't got to yet, and that was I think it's pronounced Ramos Park, something like that. It's where you fight all the legendaries at the end of it. But the only way you can do that is if you play the underground mini game and just grind for like hours for mysterious gems. And I was in the underground for probably 2 days straight, just doing the mini game to get the gems so I could get all the legendaries.
Well, that doesn't bother me too much because you don't want them to be easy to get. Like, what are we talking here? Like, how many did you need to get one legendary?
Well, it was kind of random how you would get them, or in the mini game, but you either need 1 large per legendary or 3 smalls per legendary. But the issue is I would go for like 4 hours straight at one point and never even got a small one. And the large ones were a lot more rare than the small. So it wasn't in the old games where you just have to go.
So the drop rate was real bad.
It was terrible. And then you might just get really bad luck on RNG, and there might be one you can get. Like, there was a large one that I was maybe 1 or 2 hits away from getting. And after you do a certain amount of hits, the wall collapses. So the wall collapsed right before I was able to get it, and I lost the gem.
Oh, no.
But then you don't get
frustrating.
You don't get the legendaries either right away as soon as you like get the mysterious gems. You actually then have to go battle the legendary and then catch it.
So when does this mini game start? Because I have not spent a lot of time in the underground.
You could technically start it right now, but you couldn't get the mysterious gems. You just go down to the underground, and on the map you'll see like these little like yellow diamonds, I think's what they were.
Yeah, I see those on the maps. I just didn't know what they were.
So if you just kind of ride the wall at like an angle and just keep pressing A, eventually you'll hit it, and then you'll go into the mini game.
Oh, okay.
In the mini game, you can get stuff that like increases your shiny odds of. Those are kind of rare though. You can get like items and like currency to spend in the underground, stuff like that.
Okay. Wes, have you done any of this?
No, I have not done any of the underground.
I've also just been kind of saving that for the end game, but maybe I should go back down there and see what I can find.
Well, like I said, you couldn't get the gems until after you beat the champion, I don't think.
Okay.
At least I never found any. But
yeah, I mean that tracks because that's all end game. That sounds like all end game stuff.
Yeah,
like catching legendaries and all that.
The mini game was fun for like 20 minutes, and then it just got old really fast. And then just sitting there slaving away, and then almost getting that large one and losing it, I was just like, oh my god. So that
Yeah,
was kind of frustrating.
that does sound pretty frustrating. Look, I'm on a yellow spot right now. I'm gonna see if I can do this.
So if you're going to do it right now, you have two hammers. One hammer is the one you start with. It's kind of like a pickaxe. It breaks the block that you're hitting and then slightly damages the block to the top, left, right, and bottom. But if you use the hammer, it does like massive damage in a whole big area, but it uses more of the meter. And then the meter is
Um,
at the top. That's the crack.
So
I
now we
don't.
have now we have Minecraft and Pokemon.
Yeah,
Kind
I
of.
don't. I'll be honest. I didn't play the underground at all in the original games. Like I just avoided it altogether. I just didn't find it very fun. So I don't know how this stacks up to the original game, and I can't figure out what the fuck you're talking about. I mean, I'm pressing A up. Oh wait, the wall is bulging slightly. Would you like to try digging into it? Sure.
Yeah, right there. There you go. That enters the mini game.
Okay. Oh, there's a note tucked inside the Explorer kit. Digging for fossils. I've put a sledgehammer and pickaxe in your Explorer kit. Use them and you'll be able to dig out all sorts of stuff from the walls. Okay. What do I do here? I just break rocks?
Yeah, you break rocks. So if whenever you get to the bottom, you'll either hit dirt, which means there was nothing, or either you'll hit another rock that's kind of like unbreakable. I guess it's supposed to represent bedrock, but you'll hear like a ding, and if you do that, then you can't break through that.
Man, I don't even have my sound on.
Yeah.
Real.
Well, I mean, after you see what bedrock looks like, then you kind of don't need the sound on for that, but you just dig up like the tutorial said, like fossils, just items, like boxes or whatever.
Okay.
But
I'm not finding jack squat as of yet.
if you like, you might find like a corner of like something pink, because that would be like a heart or whatever. You might find a golden edged box, and I think those just help you find like stuff in the underground. I might be wrong on it, but if you find one of them that is glowing, and you'll get a statue at the end, and it'll be like you found a shining Tyranitar or something, then your chances of finding a shining Tyranitar out in the wild increase. I don't know how much it increases by, but it's supposed to by some.
Oh,
It's probably
I found a shiny stone thing. I
it's
don't.
probably one reroll chance, which probably drops it like because that's how they like to do their odds. Is
Yeah.
each thing adds like one reroll chance, so drops it. And I think the base rate's always 1 in 4,000 something.
Yeah, something
All
like that.
right. I successfully dug up a shiny stone-looking thing, a red sphere S, and I got a big eyeball. You obtained a pretty stone box. The stone box started to shine.
Yep, that's the one.
All right, let's see what we got here. I got a Weevil statue appeared.
But was it
Okay.
a shining Weevil statue or just a normal
No,
one?
it was just a Weevil
normal?
statue. Yeah.
Because it would have like the little star symbol or whatever for like shining, if it was a shining one, and then the statue would be green.
That's pretty cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. I'll be honest. Maybe an NPC said that, and I totally skipped past the dialogue, like to do the jackhammer and stuff. But
Yeah.
totally new to me. So I'll definitely start having to do that here pretty soon when I get some free time. But that was fun.
Well, that's something else I'll note about Legends is it has a very good musical score for the game. I feel like.
Really? Do you think you like it better than Diamond and Pearl?
Yeah, it's got a really good soundtrack for it.
That's good.
I like when games have really like epic sounding soundtracks.
I like games that I can just like listen to a podcast and don't have to like at least there's no voice acting. And the one thing with Pokemon is like I've never like really cared too much about the story. So, podcasts, here we come. And if you like to listen to podcasts while you play your games, rate and review us. No, never mind. It's fine. So Nick, you've beaten the game.
Yep.
If you could score this on a scale of 1 to 10 overall, give me your honest review here.
Well, I like the game, but the movement and the grind for the legendaries kind of hurt it pretty bad for me.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say either a 6.5 or a 7.
Really?
But I mean, I liked it, but I still think Sword and Shield's miles superior.
Well, I mean, granted, this is a remake, right? Like they did not build off of Sword and Shield, so I don't think you can rightfully compare the two. I will criticize it up and down for the movement, which is, like we said, dog shit. But I think for me, at least so far, granted, I'm not as far as you, and I'm only probably a little over halfway into the game, but I'm gonna finish it. My it's honestly standing in between me and Arceus right now because if I want to buy Arceus, I know I'm not going to come back to this, and I don't want that to be the case.
That's my problem.
Yeah, like I don't want that to happen. Like I want to finish this, right? Especially because Wes, you're the one that bought me this game. You're the reason why I can do this podcast.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, Wes, you got me this for Christmas, so thank you so much. And
Yes.
then Nick, I got this game for you. For
Yeah.
the podcast. So, it's a circle. It's a giving circle,
Yeah.
if you would. But yeah, I want to finish it. I agree with you. I probably like 6.5 almost sounds harsh though.
I guess I'm fairly harsh on
Ah.
game ratings though.
I like. Does the movement really hurt it that bad? And I think it kind of does because every time you play it, it's noticeable.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Well,
it hurts.
I had one other gripe too, but it was the gripe of like every person that I think had ever played Gen 4. And
What's that?
That Cynthia was way too hard.
I heard she's
I-
hard in this game too, is what I heard.
I'll take another gripe as I hate the sticker aspect in the game.
Oh yeah, I don't like the stickers.
I completely ignore stickers. Like
I do too.
Like I have never had to EV train Pokemon in a game just to get through the story. Like on this one, I knew people said going into it, she was like absolute god tier difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So I made sure like I went through, I like gave them the vitamins and stuff best I could. I like got good natures. That's one thing I would like grind for, stuff like that. She still absolutely just beat my ass.
Really?
Her first two killed my whole 6.
So what was your team though? What was your team comp? Do you remember?
I know I use Alakazam because, like I said, Alakazam is like my absolute go-to #1 favorite.
Oh,
I know
wow.
I use a Machamp. I'm pretty sure I used a Togekiss, a Mamoswine, and I don't remember the other 2.
Okay.
I mean, I could boot it up and look, but
That's up to you. Wes, what's your team look like in this game so far?
I pretty much rock this first couple starters. I tend to keep those for a long time in a game until you start getting late game.
Yeah, I'm rocking the Torterra. I also got a Lickitung, a Rapidash, a Jirachi, a Luxray, and a Mew. Yeah, I got those 2
Hey.
babies right at the beginning there. Well,
Well-
that's another weird thing about this game too. Is like getting a mythical is supposed to be a huge deal, and this game gives you Mew and Jirachi real fast if you got some
Yeah.
save data from older games, like
Yeah.
real early.
I was just walking around and talking to people just to get like the items and stuff. And I walked up on the old couple and they're like, "Here, have a Jirachi." And I was like, "What?" And then I talked to the other one. I was like, "Here, have a Mew." And I'm like, "Okay."
That literally happened to me, and my exact reaction was, "Ooh!" I don't even know if the mic picked that up, but yeah, I was like, "Hell yeah!" Like, put them on my team immediately, and so they're still on my team.
They're still on my team too.
I love having them, so I guess maybe it is good that we got them so early, but it's just so strange because mythicals are such a big deal. Like, I'm surprised they didn't like save that for like right before the Elite Four or like Victory Road,
Yeah.
whatever it's called in this one, I forget. But like, they maybe give them to you then. And then they also give you a Manaphy egg. I don't even know what the conditions were to get a Manaphy egg, but I got it.
I think you just had to have home. I think
Pokemon
I might be
Home.
wrong.
Okay. Yeah, I got the Manaphy egg and I hatched it, and then I put it in my box immediately, to never to be used again.
My
'cause-
other two team members was Gyarados and Magnezone.
Excellent. How do you evolve Magnezone in this game? Do you use an item or do you have to be in a specific place?
I think he just leveled up by default, if I'm
Really?
remembering right.
Because wasn't it in was it Gen 7? I think you have to be in a certain location, or is that I might be thinking of
thinking
Victor
Go.
Vault.
Or are you thinking of Go?
No,
think you're
Go.
thinking of Go.
I know Go. You need to use what is it? A magnet lure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought Magnezone had another condition in order to get one. I could probably look it up real quick if you guys
was
want to
gonna say,
talk for a second.
I was gonna say I could too if you wanted me to, but I was probably stuck on Cynthia for like at least half a day. Like it was bad. The only reason I ended up even beating her was because of the forced friendship thing that the
Mhm.
game does now. And I had like some of my key Pokemon just keep surviving hit after hit after hit after hit because of friendship. and I was just like, whew. And then I had to spam revives, spam potions like crazy until I think one of her Pokemon ran out of moves. It was bad. I was raging in her because we play a lot of PC games. I was raging in her voice chat, just like, oh my god, she's such a bitch. She's just cheating at this point, I think.
Okay, I looked up the Magnezone thing in Diamond and Pearl and in Alola. You have to be within a special magnetic field in order to evolve Magneton, Nosepass, Charge-a-Bug into Magnezone, Probopass, and Vikavolt, respectively. They changed it with Sword and Shield. You just need a Thunderstone, and then obviously in Pokemon Go, it's the Magnet Lure. So, so I guess in this one, you said it's a level cap, or is it a Thunderstone?
I thought it was a level cap, but it might have been a Thunderstone. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It says use Thunderstone.
Oh, okay, dope. So I like that. I hate the. I don't hate it, but it's always a pain when you want to like evolve, and you need to find that spot, and you don't even know where it's at. Like
Yeah.
I don't know where it's at in Alola, but I did like that for. Oh, what's it called? I'm trying to remember the name of it. Oh, what is Galarian Yamask turn into? Remind me. Somebody help.
Ophigus?
Runiculus?
No, yeah, that one.
Yeah, like you had to do like all that special stuff and then go to a certain spot like an archway. I like that, honestly. That just for that one, though.
Yeah.
Because there's like a reason for it. Or like at least an entertaining reason for me. I struggled for I think it was Eterna City. I think I struggled real hard. It was like the 4th gym that you encounter in the game. I can't remember specifically which one it was. It might have even been Hearthhome, if I'm being honest. But she whipped my ass about 6 times, and I just bypassed her, and then just kept going.
See, the odd thing with Cynthia, because well, I mean, I don't think that's a spoiler because the game's been out for so long. But after you beat her, there's multiple other trainers that's supposed to be higher level than her. I beat those no issue in the world. There was one that gave me a little bit of trouble, but none of them like her.
Yeah, they're not. There's no like competitive modes in this game, is there? Diamond and Pearl.
I mean,
is there?
You have like I forgot what it's called. It's like the battle tower. It's in Sword and Shield, but it's the thing they've always had in like most of the generations or whatever. I don't remember the name of it.
Oh, the battle tower?
It's not the tower, but it's like a dojo type of thing. You just go in there and you fight like players like that. But I mean, I think there's a little bit of a competitive scene for Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I think I have one of my guild members that does it.
I thought that they were relegating competitive mostly back to Sword and Shield. Like this is a remake; it's just supposed to be fun, or whatever. I didn't think they were actually doing competitive.
It might have just been
officially.
It might have just been organized by like some group on Reddit or something, or by Smoggin or something. I just remember my
if someone was
going to
do it, it'd be Smoggin.
Yeah. But I think that might have been who it was through, and they were just organizing stuff. I might be wrong, but I'd have to ask my friend on that.
Wes, what's your what's your experience like with the game so far in terms of like difficulty and getting stuck? Like I got stuck on that 4th gym. He's saying, was it Cynthia?
Cynthia
was a mad bitch.
So far, I haven't really seen much difficulty in it. But, I mean, I'm not as far.
How far were you again? Remind me. I know you said we
I think I got 3 badges.
3 badges? Okay, so you're still earlier.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember when I said I got my 4th badge or whatever, and you're like, whoop, you got further than me.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I think it's it's worth your time. You know, if someone's listening's on the fence, I would say if you've played Pearl or Diamond before, maybe you don't need to. What's your goal, right? Do you want to play like competitive Pokemon? If so, maybe stick with Sword and Shield. If you want help in your Pokemon Home collection so you can get Magearna, the original form of Magearna, yeah, this game will help with that for sure. I think so. And it's honestly, I'm glad I got it just because of Mew and Jirachi. I ain't gonna lie. Anytime I get a Mew and a Jirachi, I'm happy. So 10 out of 10 for Mew and Jirachi. I changed my score.
Well, plus if you've never experienced it, it's good to go back and
I was
at least experience it.
Maybe if you've played it before, maybe you don't really have to play Arceus instead. If your goal is to just collect them and you want to re-experience it for fun and you're willing to deal with the wonky controls, yeah, go ahead and do it. I will say like the battle animation stuff are probably just as good as Sword and Shield. So at least it's got that form. Who's that dog there? We seen it. You can't hide her from us.
Come here, baby. Come here.
Oh, is it a hound? That's a hound dog.
She's a basset hound and a red tick hound mix. Come on, baby.
Oh my goodness. What's her name?
Ellie.
Haley?
She's like a Ellie. She's like a year and a half.
Oh man. Well, we here at Pod Dog love our dogs for sure.
Hello,
Look
baby.
at that precious girl. You can see her on YouTube too if you were so inclined. She's beautiful.
We call her the caramel chew because she just kind of looks like
She is precious.
I took her up to the dog park today, so she's still, I guess, a little bit energetic from it.
That's totally fine.
She's wanting to play right now.
Wes, what do you give this game? I know Nick's about 6.5. I kind of mirror him about 6.57, around that range.
6.8.
6.8. So we're really splitting hairs so far.
I mean, I would say 6. I mean, it's not the best. It's not the best Pokemon game.
There's worse ways to spend your time on your Switch, but I guess as far as Pokemon experiences, I guess it is the worst way to spend time on your Switch because you got Sword and Shield, and now you got Arceus, and from what it looks like, both of them or all three of those, Sword, Shield, Arceus, are better than this game. So maybe this is the worst way to spend your time playing Pokemon on the Switch.
Some people I know hated Let's Go more than this one.
Oh, I forgot about Let's Go.
Yeah,
I liked Let's Go. I liked Let's Go. Honestly,
I did too.
I liked Let's Go up until the the PAL Park or whatever, where it's time to transfer your Pokemon. So I was really on the Pokemon Home train, right? Like I was trying to get the Magearna. I needed some of the original 151, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the only way I could get some of them was to transfer them from Pokemon Go through Let's Go and then back to home or whatever.
I probably did the most shiny hunting I've ever did in Let's Go, just because it was cool. The fact that you could get your Pokemon and then you could ride them.
But the transfer mechanism was so
wonky,
cumbersome, and fucking horrible. You remember, Wes? You're like, why won't your phone connect with your Switch? Like it's connected.
It was syncing issues.
It was such a pain that I literally never finished the game. I spent so much time just trying to get them to work. I got it to work once. I sent over like a couple Pokemon, and then I never got it to work again. So I was like, you know what? I just got to walk away from this literally forever, and I got rid of it.
But I like shiny hunting, you can tell how it changed shiny hunting. Mm-hmm. Shiny hunting was pretty easy. It just time consuming.
I will say I do like that I could have just taken one of the little baby fragile porcelain doll hand of controllers that are the Switch controllers and just like lean back on the couch, prop up the Switch on like the coffee table and just like lackadaisically catch Pokemon. Like it was so easy. It was very relaxing from that aspect, and I will not fault it. Sometimes battling gets tiresome, so I kind of appreciate that it was just a whole game where you didn't really have to in the wild.
Yeah, because I mean that was also why about the Switch, because I got the Let's Go edition of the Switch.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Diamond and Pearl is kind of tied with Let's Go because it's more of a traditional experience. And then maybe do you give Let's Go more points for being less traditional or less points because it's too easy? Because it was really easy.
It was.
It was super easy. Now I just like the fact that maybe it was just like the capture system, you Joy-Con though, and the Pokemon.
Joy-Con, that's the name of it.
Yeah.
I hate the Joy-Cons so much. That's a different issue altogether.
I remember when Let's Go came out, one of my friends was talking about getting it, and he got talked out of getting it because he watched a person beat the whole game with a Caterpie because it was so easy. And I was like,
I mean, it's
But-
no different than the Twitch streams where a fish beat the Pokemon game off of friggin'.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Based on like the fish's movements or whatever, like that controlled the character on screen.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
It took an absurd amount of time, but it was.
That's pretty amazing.
And then I never finished it either. I guess my biggest memory of playing Let's Go was sitting in a Walmart parking lot with people that didn't own it, wanting a Meltan box on Pokemon Go before home.
Oh my god. Yeah, I forgot all about Meltan boxes. Thank God I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah. I was always having to hand out Meltan boxes.
Yeah, Wes was our go-to for a good while there, like with the whole Pokemon Go crew, like trying to get Meltan boxes, but we just bothered Wes constantly for Meltan boxes. That was before, and that was like before I got a Switch. Like I didn't get a Switch until like shortly after that. So, Well, real quick, at the end, the legendaries. I don't think the original games had a very large legendary roster. I think obviously you have Dialga and Palkia, and I think that was you got your box exclusive. Was there a mythical at the end, or that you didn't need a code for? Like in the base, I'm talking about the base game. Nothing that required like a code card or something to unlock.
I'm pretty sure you could get Azelf and Mestre.
Right, that's right. The late Guardians. I totally forgot about them. So yeah, there's 3 legendaries right there. So you had the late Guardians, and you had Palkia or Dialga, depending on which version you got. I'm assuming it's the same here, right? Like, I mean, I'm gonna get stuck with Palkia's goofy ass, and you guys are gonna get, or you have already got Dialga, and Wes, you'll get Dialga.
Yeah.
I wonder if Arceus is in this base game. Don't say nothing, Nick. Just nod your head. If yes, no. What does that even mean?
That's what I was going to.
If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see what he had done, and I don't know. Neither
it's up
yes
in the
or
air.
no. Wow. That was my big question regarding the remake. Is like, because in Sword and Shield, especially the DLCs, like you got so many legendaries through the Dynamax raids or whatever they were called. I forget.
Dynamax raids.
Yeah. So I was wondering if at the end of this they had some sort of like legendary catching legendaries sort of game, and you confirmed that for me. But I was just curious about the roster. Can you give me like a number? Like you don't have to spoil what all the legendaries are, but
I actually don't think I could give you a number without looking it up. I know it's depending on which version you have.
Really?
But like some of the rooms that are in the park change based on the version. So that's, I guess, the best answer I can give you without spoiling anything.
Would you say like 10 legendaries?
Oh, no. Let's see. You got
like 5 or 6, 3 or 4?
I'd say overall with the base game and the park, there's maybe between 15 to 20. Maybe.
Wow, that's a lot of legendaries. Holy shit. Mythicals too?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot.
But that also includes the Jirachi and the Mew that we've already talked about.
Sure.
I'm talking like
that's
overall.
Still a lot. Even if you include them and Manaphy, that's still a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you're also including the box version and the Guardians. Yeah. So that still leaves like around like 15. That's a lot. And you got to grind out little like gemstones just for that.
Just to get the high majority of them.
Woo! My gosh, let's go back to Ultra Wormholes. Wow. Well, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about regarding Diamond and Pearl or Wes, even Arceus at this point? Like before we wrap up?
No, I think I've covered all the bases of spoilers.
Okay. Nick?
I don't think I could say anything else without spoiling anything either.
Okay. I mean, is this something that you want to talk about? Because if it is, we'll put the spoiler earmuffs on. We'll tell people to fast forward.
Well, there was one kind of good thing to know about Diamond and Pearl.
Okay, if you guys don't want to hear this spoiler about Diamond and Pearl, how long do you think this will take? About 30 seconds?
Probably about that, if that even.
Fast forward about 30 seconds. Go, just hold your hands up to your ears and go la 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 for approximately 30 seconds, and we'll see you on the other side of that. Nick,
all right,
go ahead.
Jirachi and Mew aren't the only two that you actually have to have a save file from.
Oh,
Dark
wow.
Rise is another one, and I'm pretty sure you have to have Legends Arceus to even get that one, because back whenever I beat the game, you could not play it, or you couldn't get it whenever I played. And I think that's what Arceus is going to be locked behind as well. So there you go. That's the end of it.
Spoilers over. Oh my god. Wow. I guess I need to beat this game. Like I need this in my life. It's important. I am bound by the blood of the show to see this through to completion. There will be reprimanding on my end for not doing so. Wes, thanks so much for coming back. We'll have to have you again more often if you're up for it.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
As long as it's not things I don't know.
I know you don't like being on shows where I blindside you with shit you don't know anything about, and I know you don't like being up. You're like Hannah. You don't like being up past 10 o'clock.
Yes, I'm old.
Yeah, well, join the club. Me too. Well, thanks again for being here, Wes. It's nice to quote see you. And Nick, it's so good. I'm so glad
I have
to
no
have met
camera.
you. Thanks so much for taking part in our contest and winning and being here today and talking about your experiences, for which this episode would not exist without.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
thanks
and
for the game.
And we no problem. When you get Legends Arceus, let me know. Maybe we'll have you back on whenever we do that episode to talk about it. Because I think when I do get it, I think I'll play it for a while. And Wes, I'm sure you'll keep playing it for a while. So maybe here in a couple weeks.
I plan to.
Yeah, maybe here in a couple weeks we'll do an episode on Arceus. So Nick, if you're capable around that time, maybe we'll have you back on to talk about it again.
All right. That would work.
Folks, this has been Pokemon After Dark Rye. My name's Bret. You can follow me on twitch.tv/BreakerIsDead. Rate, review, merch store, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. All that stuff is in the description of this episode that you can click to. Oh my God. And we got to do the thing. Wes, you familiar with the thing? Nick,
No,
you familiar
I'm
with the thing? The
I'm not
after
sure which one you're
blah, blah,
referring
blah. Okay. After you play Diamond and Pearl, Darkrai will come and take your pretty little butt for a whirl. Bye, everybody. Oh my God. You know what, Wes?
Yes.
I forgot to hit record. I'm just kidding. Wouldn't that have been terrible though?
That would have been terrible. And it wouldn't have been your first time.
No, that is true. Climber Dan, we did a whole hour episode and it wasn't recording at all. So we had to we were both exhausted. So we blitzed the recording.
No, you've done it on me too.
When? For a whole episode though?
Yes.
Not for a full hour.
It was like in Let's Die era.
Wait, what episode? Because I don't remember this.
Because because it was like all three of us and we had to re-record a bunch. It was like 30 minutes of stuff. I forget.
I don't remember. Check out Let's Die, the His First Guide to the Apocalypse, the podcast. Whoa. Nick, I almost forgot. Where can people find you if you want to be found?
Well, I technically don't have hardly anything. I mean, we run it was a PC guild, but it's kind of at this point just a group of friends that just play whenever.
Mm-hmm.
But our name is Sovereign Legion.
Sovereign Legion. You got a link for that?
Not really. We don't even have a website.
Oh, okay.
We've been together I think probably 18 years.
Wow. So shout out to Sovereign Legion, for which Nick would not be here without your support. Or if you want, we can talk trash about them. Fucking dink. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I was about to talk some major trash, but God damn, turn your auto aim assist on your auto aim bot PC master race. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Wes, bail me out here.
I have no help for you.
Oh. Wes, do you got anything you want to plug other than butts?
No.
I would like to plug butts.